Hello, viewers. Welcome to another session of Literati. And today I have with me Nithya. Hello, Nithya.
Hello, Shweta.
Nithya is a multi-talented, multi-facet personality. Nithya Chellam, IT professional, author, tarot reader, shamanic master, Reiki healer, and she wears more feathers on her head than I have probably interviewed anybody. So welcome again, Nithya. Though I have done my part, I would still want you to tell our viewers what else you do.
Thanks for introducing me, Shweta. And I'm also a hypnotherapist. I also am a mother, so I think that job is much more than any other job or career that I've taken up. I like working with kids and telling them how to think differently. So I'm a life coach too, and counselor.
Okay.
So I help counsel people to get out of all their negative thinking and move into a better state of mind.
Oh, great! It's wonderful.
A few more things that I
So
do.
this is oh lovely. So this is probably all that you have bundled in your book. The book we are discussing, viewers, today is a place called Home, and it's a non-fiction life guide kind of a book. And I have read it. I thoroughly liked it. It's kind of a black and white coach in hand that Nitya, would you please tell us more about your book?
Sure. So the reason for me to write this book was in my journey, I realized the more I love myself and the more I don't judge myself, things got better. And we've been hearing of this amazing word called unconditional love. Yeah, amazing world and amazing word, unconditional love. So I found that in Mother Earth and in nature. So before that, it was a dream. And when I found that in nature, I was really willing to share it with everyone. And I wanted to write and express how this unconditional love you can get from the trees, from the nature, from the earth itself, and everything on earth contributes to you. And everything on earth will contribute to you because you're so wonderful. So why not fall in love with yourself too?
Lovely. So when that this love towards the nature, towards Mother Nature, towards loving yourself started, were you always like this, or you gradually become a lover of Mother Nature and ultimately start loving yourself?
I was not like this always. That's something that has happened over the last 5 to 6 years. I used to love animals as kids. I used to love dogs and cats, and every animal used to excite me. But right now, the trees and the unconditional love that they give. So the trees don't judge you. They're always there. They give you so much oxygen. And even if you cut a tree, right, it doesn't hate you or anything. It's always there to give you shade. Falling in love with the trees and the rivers and something more and the rain. This was something that's happened in the last 5 years for me as I started healing myself, working on myself. As I started this book is also about finding yourself. So there was something in me that prompted me to find the meaning of life around 5 years ago, and it started with me asking, what is my purpose, what is the meaning of my life? And that one question magically opened up so much more for me. And after asking a lot of questions, and there are a few questions in my book that helps everyone, is where I realized that nature is my home, but how magnificent, beautiful, and it is so powerful also. All this nature has, and it's available to us free of cost. So that's what I realized.
Correct. Correct. So, particularly when I was going through your book, there are chapters and you have given them heading. For example, children, learn from children and existence and family, and a place called, I mean, what would actually you call home apart from this four walls? What exactly is home? So how do you in your personal life take learnings from all these things? I mean, we all know we need to be like children. We need to be more forgiveful. We should forgive people. We should embrace changes. We ideally should be living like this, but how easy or difficult it is to be like that in your
To this way of living. So we are so used to Like we look like adults, but we actually react like children. Like, I've lost a toy, I won't forgive this person, I won't forget. But we have to be adults and yet have the childlike joy and wonder. So when you have the joy, you forget things that are not required. Look at children, right? They don't remember who I fought with. But so we pick up the quality of joy of the child and yet respond like an adult.
A lot of people write around, these stories, but they weave their story around fictional characters. How did it come to you that you should write a non-fiction which is very crisp, to the point, and what was the idea behind this?
Wow, that's a wonderful question. And that's a question I was not at all expecting. Because I'm actually a avid reader of fiction and I love those Harry Potter types and, all those werewolf series and things like that. So I really love fiction more than non-fiction. Non-fiction has not been something that I also read guides, then start getting more information from the universe and more knowledge, and to the extent that I could write about it and publish it.
Oh, great. So what happened first? The book happened first, or your journey towards knowing yourself and understanding the energies, as in mm, Reiki and shamanic, that happened first. What happened first, and how did you, move from either being an author towards the healers, or being healer first and then be author?
No, it was
And how your IT personality, the hardcore IT girl, manages with it.
yeah, that's an amazing question, and it's lovely question. So the healer happened first. The healer happened first, and I started Reiki and shamanic, and then I wanted to write so many books about energies and shamanic, but then I felt that will not connect with everyone. This book, the way I've written it, is anyone can read it and understand what it is. So that was my intent. Like, my first book, let it be something that reaches out to everyone, not only people who believe in energies or healing, because self love is something that literally everyone requires. But I first had to find Reiki, fall in love little with myself, and then find another healing and fall in love more with myself. And it never ends. Even now, there is more self love, I can give myself. And when I found shamanic is when I fell in love with the earth. I was like, oh my God, the wind is telling me something. The rain is the most beautiful thing that's ever there. And today when it rains, I just have to go drench myself and feel happy. Earlier, I just had no time in my IT job to even think of, is the rain beautiful? I mean, is a cup of coffee beautiful? Is the air we breathe so fresh? I didn't have that thinking at all. It was about work and family and the stress that comes with it. And I moved from a logical minded person to unlearn logic and to strengthen my intuition. And when I was learning tarot, the person I learned from, she was so amazing. She said, Nithya, your intuition is good. That was such a big change for me. I was like, really, I am good at something? Because all my life I've always felt that I'm bad at this, I'm bad at that. And even if people don't tell me that I'm bad, we have this something called imposter syndrome, which even if someone tells you you're good, you're like, no, I don't think I'm that good. So in my
You
job, I
don't
was
believe
like,
it,
I don't
really.
believe, yeah, exactly. So in my job, people used to say you're good, but then I was like, no, I don't think I'm good. But that day when I learned tarot, she said your intuition is good. It felt so believable. I was like, yeah, I'm good at something, and I must be good at something. So this is what to this way of living. So we are so used to like we look like adults, but we actually react like children. Like, I've lost a toy, I won't forgive this person, I won't forget. But we have to be adults and yet have the childlike joy and wonder. So when you have the joy, you forget things that are not required. Look at children, right? They don't remember who I fought with. But so we pick up the quality of joy of the child and yet respond like an adult. That's all crap. It never happens in real life. Real life is not like that. But after I found Reiki, it was like, I'm good at it. Tarot, my intuition is good. I can do this and I can be good at it. And the major thing about Reiki and tarot is you have to talk. You have to talk with your clients. You have to tell them. And I realized I'm really good at talking. So that was so amazing for me. I was like, I may not be an
Okay,
artist, I may not be a dancer, but I can talk. And that's,
right. That's also an art.
yes, it is very much.
Oh, good. And then coming towards your book, a place called Hope. While I was reading it, I could feel that from someone who is 16 years to someone who is into midlife crisis, say at the age of 35, 40, to someone post retirement or pre-retirement, there are different kind of anxiety and depression issue, and it the same book is can be a therapy for all these kind of people. So while you were writing, was there any target audience in your mind?
I think everyone who has a body was my target. So everyone who's alive who can read. And I
Oh,
do
oh,
not
great.
have
Oh, great.
specific mind. Yeah, but yeah. So I was like, everyone who's willing, anyone who's willing to change their life, this book is for you.
Uh, while I was reading, I thought this book, at least one should be given to students before they pass out school, so that they start loving themselves. And once they start loving themselves beyond this body, they would start loving the Mother Earth. I mean, you should know yourself first before you get into any other thing, or start loving anybody else. So if you can relate to yourself, you can relate it to others.
Yes. So that is, the more you love yourself, you can love others. There's more love to give. And see, when you don't love yourself, how can you expect it from anyone else? So that was the great awareness that I got in my journey of life. When I don't like the way I look or the way
Lovely.
my body is or the way I walk, how can my colleagues like what I do, right? So that's what I got. And it's so simple. The minute I start liking myself and acknowledging myself, things change. Everyone around you starts somehow liking you because you like yourself. And they've not seen people who like them. So they are so amazed to actually see people who like themselves. It's a gift when you like yourself.
Truly. So, also before we wind up, do you have any parting message for our viewers, for your readers?
Yeah, sure. So I would like to thank you so much for inviting me, and this is a lovely conversation. Some questions definitely I was not expecting. So I hope the viewers enjoyed the conversation the way I did, and I hope they do buy my book and change their life. And also, if there's any healing modalities that people would like to learn, or just some counseling or coaching, they can connect with me. I'd be happy to help anyone who requires it.
Thank you so much, Nitya, for being with us, for taking out time from your schedule for our viewers. And I hope to connect with you again. I said, we hope to have you with your next book very soon.
Yes, me too. Thank you so much.